Ever made a decision in your life? Yeah, you have. Everybody goes through these stages of decision making. It's the stages of change, really personal change. Whether it's, hey, it's my birthday and my friend says, where do you want to go out to eat? I'll take you wherever you want. And then you have to make a decision. You're going to go through this. It may take you 5 seconds to go through these stages. It may be, oh, I got a job offer in Toronto. I have to move across the country. Whew, should I do that? Well, that's a bigger decision than food, typically. But all of these stages exist when you're going through and making a change in your life. First stage is pre-contemplation. This means maybe you're not really thinking, it comes into your mind, but you're not really necessarily thinking about it too heavily. As an example for me, I want to go skydiving, and I've never been skydiving yet, but I have gone through some of these changes, so I'll use that as an example. But pre-contemplation is, skydiving would be cool. I'd really like to do that. I'd like to jump out of an airplane. Sounds like a good idea to me. So you're thinking about it. You just haven't really taken any action yet. You're thinking about that job in Toronto, but maybe you're not taking action yet. Then there's contemplation. Now you're like, yeah, I really am. Maybe I should take that job in Toronto. I don't know. I wonder what that's like there. And you kind of do a little bit of a brain exercise. Through both of these stages, you just want to be okay with saying no. You want to, there's no pressure. It's just you kind of thinking and brainstorming and daydreaming a little bit and kind of seeing what that looks like, maybe doing a little bit of research. Pre-contemplation, you're thinking about it. Contemplation, maybe you're starting to research a little bit. And you want to just, if other people are going through these stages, you want to support them with where they're at and say, it's okay, and ask questions and be curious. And it's okay to have different feelings about anxiety or excitement when you're contemplating these changes. Then when you make the change, now you have to prepare for the change. So for me, skydiving, I've gotten to the point to prepare. So by the way, you can change your mind at kind of at any stage. But I got to the point where I can prepare. What is preparing? Preparing is, okay, where are the skydiving places in and around where I live? What's the success rate? Like, am I going to jump out of an airplane? Am I going to be okay? What schedule do they have? What does my schedule look like? Can we find something to match? What about my budget? Can I afford to do it at this time? That's where you're really starting to say, I'm getting ready to take action. Through all of this, if you're working with somebody else or you step outside yourself and say, let me look at this, understand that there may be other pressures, but you want to take the pressure off yourself and say, I'm just exploring. I haven't made any decisions yet. I'm just exploring. And it's okay to have some anxiety. It's okay to have some doubts. It's okay to not know all the answers. You're just going through the stages and saying, yeah, you're thinking about this. Now you're thinking a little more about this. Now you're preparing this, but you can still kind of pull a 180 and change your mind. So for me, for skydiving, I went all the way to the preparation stage. And before I paid the deposit, I've tried this twice, and a couple things have come up that have prevented me from actually taking action. I'm like, okay, I can't do that yet. So I've been all the way to preparation. One of these days I'll get to action. Once you take the action, now there's a maintenance stage. Now this can be something really quick, like going out to eat with your friend. I took action, I've showed up at the restaurant, I will maintain this change by actually eating the meal, or I will maintain this change by keeping the job that I've now started in Toronto. That maintenance stage is one that you want to be a little bit careful with because, one, you could maybe start to, the novelty is wearing off, and so you go, well, I don't know, did I make the right decision? I don't know, really, I didn't know it was going to be so hot in Toronto, or I'm not really sure what I wanted to eat on the menu, but what my friend eat looks better than what I'm eating. So those types of things can happen, and there might even be a little bit of grief of what was before to what you're doing now. And that's okay. You can sit with that and go, how can I maintain this and still sort of keep it fresh and alive? And you may be looking, kind of keeping an eye out for maybe what's the next change. It may not be from moving to Toronto to London. It could just be something like, well, maybe we just need to get a bigger place or something like that. So there's always these little changes that we're kind of going through. But once you kind of hit maintenance, our tendency is sometimes now we're looking forward to the next change. And then there is possibly the termination phase. Termination may be that you don't quit your job in Toronto, maybe you get promoted. So now you're letting go of something and you're entering a new change. Termination phase is maybe I'm going to love skydiving so much I'm going to skydive every year until I'm 94. And eventually when I'm 94, I'll be like, well, now if I land I'll break every bone in my body, and then, well, now I have to kind of say goodbye and terminate that change that's going on in my life. But then what other changes do I have that's happening? So all of us go through these changes. What stage we're in, if we can take a step back and go, ooh, okay, I'm in the preparation stage. I'm not in the action stage yet, so I haven't committed to anything. What kind of feelings and thoughts are coming up in the preparation stage? Oh, there's more information now that I need to be aware of before I take action. And sometimes we get muddled because we don't know what stage we're in. If we can get clarity on what stage we're in, or we see somebody else going through changes and we can help them sort of see where they're at and how best we can support them, then we can all go through our own personal changes actually a little bit better because we don't get stuck in the weeds of our own thoughts. May changes happen to you smoothly for the rest of your life. I pre-contemplated that and it did not go as well as I thought. Okay. Then we can actually more successfully navigate that change. So, may the change be with you. Or I'm 92 and I've been skydiving for 80 years and now I don't want to do it anymore. Don't do the math on that.